And we are live. Or we should be. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Uh-oh. What's going on here? There we go. Okay. Looks like we're good to go. Can everybody see me? Can everybody hear me? Okay. So, how's everybody doing tonight? How's your Sunday evening going? We got World Series baseball. We've got Sunday night football. And we've got a win to talk about. The Seahawks went out there earlier today and won decisively and emphatically against the Jacksonville Jaguars, 31 to 10. The team, I'm not going to act like this is anything to throw a party over, but they did play effectively. They let Jacksonville self-combust. They let Jacksonville dig themselves into a hole via penalties and mistakes. And they come out with the win. So, we're going to talk about it until the end of Sunday Night Football. And I hope that everybody is able to feel something after today. Because the last 3 weeks, honestly, the last 6 games for the Seahawks just left me feeling kind of numb. Today I felt something, and I'm not saying it's anything to celebrate about over the top. I'm not saying anybody needs to party a little too hard about it, but we did win. I know. I know Y2K. But anyway, today's game, Gino played awesome. The game plan was good. I don't know if that was Waldron or not, but if that was Waldron, we are starting to see him his effect start to creep in, I think. We saw a lot of short passes around the line of scrimmage. We saw a lot of inclusion of Lockett and Metcalf, which of course I like because right now those are our two best guys on offense. There was a lot of concerted effort in getting Gino into a rhythm, even if it meant abandoning the run for drives, whole drives, entire sequences of plays. And I think that there is some stuff to be happy about there. Shane Waldron might be part of this team's future. He might not. We don't know. But today he took a step in the right direction. And defensively, we played a great game. Now, we were playing against a bad offense without their best players in DJ Chark and James Robinson, who went out early. But I will take the win regardless. And good play is good play regardless of who it's against. And I think the team did a great job of generating pressure. They were playing tighter in coverage. Trey Brown made more good plays. Quandre Diggs made a great play. Jamal was making plays. There was some stuff to like. We were sending Ryan Neal on the blitz, and he was getting there consistently. So, yeah, I think there's stuff to be happy about right now, even if it may not mean anything. As for whether or not it will mean anything, time will tell. I'm not high on that, but I will enjoy this win. I will enjoy this win. I do appreciate getting the W. So, we're going to go ahead and talk about it. I'm going to start taking some user comments. But before we start that, we got 31 people in here right now. Please like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new and you want daily Seahawks content. We're not going to hit our goals for the month, but we can try to get as close as we can. Channel memberships are open. Click the join button down below. For $2 or $5 a month, you can become a channel member, gain access to perks like emojis and eventually merchandise. And super chats are appreciated. They will show up in the tip jar to my left. And if you have a comment that you really want to be read, then send it in the form of a super chat. It guarantees that I will see it. I will reply to as many comments as I can until the end of the Sunday Night Football game. And I may not get to every comment because we may be getting a lot. I don't know. I don't know where Seahawks fans are right now. I don't know if they're even engaged with this team right now. Because quite frankly, I'm going to go ahead and say it, and I don't know what this means. There were not a whole lot of Seahawks fans at the game today. There were a lot of empty seats. A lot of empty seats. And that means something. I don't know if it means everything that we want it to mean, but it means something. Well, Robert, are we going to have the money? Because we're probably going to need to completely blow up this offensive line. And it's going to cost money to bring in replacements, especially if you're trying to win quickly. Yeah, Aaron, I like the game plan today. But anyway, I'm going to get to comments here. Did you see when it looked like Carlos Hyde was held when the Jags were backed up on their own end zone? Yeah, that could have been a holding call. Carlos Dunlap cannot buy a holding call. I don't care about this game and this win because it literally means nothing because we aren't going to pull magic out of our ass and make the postseason. Should have lost so Pete can get out. I'm not down with that mentality, DRXP. I'm not. No, that's a loser mentality. That's a horseshit way to look at football. I understand that this team is not as good as it should have been or needed to be or we want it to be, but I'm not rooting for this team to lose. The tip jar is to my right from my perspective, but from your perspective, it's to my left. It looked like he could have gotten the sack. Yeah, I agree, but in a game like today, I'm not going to complain. That game was already over when that happened. Is it pretty do you think we should pick up Robert Quinn for a mid-range pick and maybe Collier? I'd love to, but I would be very surprised if the Bears would be okay with that. Like, the Bears are probably better than we are, honestly. Why would they do that? Is it pretty much locked in that Wilson will be back for Green Bay? He's never won in Green Bay. Yes, he has never won in Green Bay. I think he'll be back, but it is not locked in. Do not think Wilson returning against Green Bay is locked in. Well, first of all, it means that people are finally realizing what a waste of money it is to go to these games and sit for 3 hours watching us get clowned on, but that clearly didn't happen today. Well, yeah, but clearly the fans who go to the games expecting a product that looks capable of competing against the best teams in the league, and they're not getting that. I think Diggs' draft value in a trade went up. Yeah, maybe. Should we start making trades either to dump players or grab some good players and see if they can make the playoffs? I would probably trade a couple of these guys, Derek, but it depends on who has value. Like, if you're just getting like a 7th round pick in 2 years, then who cares? Daryl Taylor bend technique, he's almost touching the ground but looks good and he'll get better. Yeah, I really like Daryl Taylor, man. I don't see how any Seahawks fan couldn't be in his corner right now. He got screwed out of a sack today, by the way. Lawrence was down before he threw that ball away on 4th down. Lambeau's going to be such a headache. Yeah, I'm not expecting to win. I still don't think this team is good, but I'm not rooting for them to lose. That's a binary mental process when it comes to being a fan of this team that I'm not down with, okay? I don't want this team to either win the Super Bowl or go 0-17. It's not that simple, guys. Xavier Howard trade Collier and maybe 3rd round for him? Why? Xavier Howard... No. I don't want Xavier Howard. Pass. Pass like a bong. Yeah, where is Alton Robinson, man? I was talking him up just like a month and a half ago. Don't know what's going on there. Did Ethan Posick play good today? I feel like he played okay, but I didn't focus in on him a lot. I'm not trying to lose right now. I just want to get Pete out of here so we can have a good future. Look, if this team gets embarrassed against Green Bay and Arizona, and especially if Wilson's back, then I don't know if this game makes a difference. Like, if this team goes out there and gets ghetto gagged by Green Bay and Arizona, then I'm pretty sure it doesn't really matter that we won this game. Like, Carroll's going to have the same effect. Happy Halloween. Yeah, thank you, Ethan. Penny has no burst. He must have lost it from the 2019 injury. Yeah, Penny's toast. Unfortunate, too. As much as I didn't really like the pick and as much as I really wish we could have that one back, I thought he could be good, but the party's over. Party's over. If we lose Lambeau, wildcard is going to slip away fast. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't think this team will make the playoffs, but I respect their need to continue to try until it's over. When is the trade deadline? It's like 2 days from now. I think Collier's about to get shipped out of here. Seahawks should let Quandre go and then start Blair at free safety next year by Jamal. Blair's done too. Blair's had 2 season-ending injuries. Forget it. Does Pete call plays to justify his past decisions? Seems like he runs Penny into the line still when it's over. Well, if you want to justify your past decisions, let Penny run the kind of plays he has a chance to be good at, like screens and outside runs. I don't know about DJ Reed. I don't know how much money he's going to command. Hawksnest is saying he's going to get like 8 to 9 million a year. I wouldn't be surprised if he got less than that because nobody really knows who he is. Ryan Neal at free safety, maybe, but if we're going to try to win games next year and try to make a run next year, I can't have my free safety giving up deep stuff. If that's what we're going to get, then you got to go get a veteran like a Devin McCourty. Yeah, I think some Seahawks fans are just too binary with how they look at the team. Don't get me wrong, I will not celebrate this season if we end up going like 7-10. Like there's nothing to celebrate, but I still want this team to win. Well, I see some of these fans are actively rooting for the team to lose, and I'm just trying to figure out like where's the competitiveness? Where's the desire to get some good young players to start playing well so we can win some of these games? Like if this team actually does lose out, then they probably don't have anybody on this roster worth keeping. If we go 2-15 and just lose every game for the rest of the year, then that probably means that Daryl Taylor regressed heavily. That probably means players like Ryan Neal, Alton Robinson aren't showing anything. Damian Lewis probably regressed. Like, this whole roster is going to be complete garbage if we lose out the way some fans want us to. I would rather have some of these players show me something that they can be part of the future than lose out just to get rid of a head coach who might be going anyway. Yeah, I saw that, David. I think it was a hip injury. Trey Flowers is covering tight ends in Cincinnati, doing much better. Yeah, because he's a safety. I'd rather keep Quandre Diggs than get Devin McCourty. Well, Diggs is going to be a lot more expensive than McCourty, so that's the call you have to make there. Seahawks should use their money to go all out for Teron Armstead and get DJ Reed back and draft a right tackle in round 2 or Shell for cheap because Shell has been decent. Yeah, I want Armstead, and I don't care what it costs. Like it's going to be expensive. Oh, well. DK has now tied the most touchdowns in the first 40 games with who? Sean Alexander? Hey, Jake. Yeah, CJ, I noticed that, but it didn't really bother me. It was just kind of weird. We should trade with Philadelphia for Andre Dillard. Is he good? Like, I kind of feel like he's a bust. You also said blowups aren't always a bad thing, though. Oh, I agree, but I'm not going to root for this team to lose. Like, even if we blow it up, that doesn't mean everybody goes. You guys got to understand, this is not just black and white. This is not just black and white, guys. Okay? I want you guys to think about this. There's a difference between blowing up and having like 6 or 7 good, young, cheap players you can take with you, and blowing up and having nothing. If you have nothing, it's going to take it really will take 3-4 years for you to even have a chance to be good again. But if you've already got some foundational pieces in place, maybe it's only 2 years, maybe it's a year. There's a difference there, guys. Like I think some Seahawks fans are getting into this thing of being a little too binary. There is some room between 0 and 17 and winning the Super Bowl. Now, I don't want to be mediocre, but I don't think rooting for this team to lose is helpful. DJ read us to say no matter what. Do you agree? It depends on what he gets offered, Matthew. That's another. It's like if someone offers him 10 million a year, then you get out of here. Posick was okay today, except on that one play, from what I remember. Yeah, it seemed like he was doing okay. It seemed like it. Are we really going to bring him back on another 1 year deal next year, and then we're going to have to go through this song and dance again? I hope not. I don't hate Posick, but I'm done with it, man. Lockett had a good game today. He was even getting double coverage. Yeah, happy for Lockett, man. He's been quiet for a while. Yeah, Ethan. Like, making the playoffs is not an accomplishment when you have a franchise quarterback. That's like the bare minimum. Teams that have a franchise quarterback almost always make the playoffs. It's not an accomplishment. Yeah, no, he made some great catches today. Yeah, they're saying Kyler could be out against us, but I don't know if he will be. We'll see. I don't think we know enough. How much do you think will Teron Armstead cost us? I think he's going to get like 24, 25 mil a year. He's right. Look at the Bengals right now. Yeah, Bengals are good. They took some stuff with them when they blew it up. I don't know what the Seahawks will do for the tight end position in the offseason because our offense, I think, is a lot more of a threat with an athletic TE like Everett rather than Disley. So far, we're not really doing a great job of getting Everett involved. Isn't David Archuleta like a former country singer or something? I think we shouldn't go full rebuild mode. We should have that in mind and sort of try to conserve a bit more on good picks and trades, but still play a competitive level and try to make the playoffs. I don't want these players to start thinking that it's okay to lose, because losing's a mentality in some ways. Some ways, losing is a mentality. Losing becomes a habit. I'd rather not have them just roll over and think that that's okay. I mean, I think Howard's really good, but I don't think having a super high priced cornerback is what this team needs. I don't think expensive cornerback is gonna fix the problems here. I'd rather invest that into the offensive line. Whoa, how did the Cowboys score a touchdown so fast? Archuleta was an American Idol runner-up. Okay, I turned away from the Sunday night game for 2 seconds and Cooper Rush is throwing an 80-yard touchdown? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Still think it's weird seeing Mayoa running out there as a linebacker in coverage. We must feel like he's the only guy we have who can do that job. Like, we don't think Taylor can do it. And I thought Taylor was going to be the guy who could maybe do it. Yeah, I think I remember that, Micah. How did Trey Brown do today? Pretty good. Hey, Mask. Yeah, Jamal Adams, he's playing well lately. I know, hey, like I know he's kind of a meme right now for good reason, but he's playing pretty well right now. All right, we got 60 people in here right now, so we're starting to build up a little bit. Mayo is playing Sam linebacker. Yeah, I don't feel like that's his position, but unfortunately, it seems like we think he's our best bet there. Like Daryl Taylor, I thought was going to be the Sam because he did that a little bit in college. Do you think Tanner Muse is going to see some playing time this year? I kind of doubt it. Sometimes I feel like we don't give these young players with potential a chance anymore. Carroll just wants to play his guys. Like in this game, the game is over and Bobby Wagner's still out there. Why not get Tanner Muse out there? Why not play Cody Barton a little bit? The game's over. It's garbage time. Why is Bobby Wagner, who is, 32 years old and has a ton of wear and tear on his body, what's he doing out there? He's definitely not the player he was in NY, that's for sure, and I think it's because they're not using him correctly. It has to be. I'm sorry. People don't forget how to play football like that. Jamal is a CB now. Well, he lines up as a cornerback sometimes. That's part of what makes him such a good player. Like, it just seems like we don't give young players a chance. Did we put any backups in other than, like, DJ Dallas, who gets in normal games for a play or two anyway? Like, today was a great opportunity to put some backups in because the game was over. Yeah, Taylor, I think Taylor just got the wind knocked out of him. Do you think we should have played Eason? No, I don't need Eason to play. I don't care about Jacob Eason. Okay, Geno Smith's the backup anyway, and this is probably going to be the last time he plays this season. I don't have a problem with him being out there to close it out, but there are some backups on this team who might actually matter, like Tanner Muse. Get them out there. I'd love to see what Stone and Curhan can do with the tackle spots. Yeah, that's another pretty good one. Both those guys might be part of the future. By the way, can you guys hear my fan behind me? Can you guys hear my fan at all? Okay, some people can hear it, some people can. Do you think Urban Meyer makes it through the year? At this point, he may as well, but he's not going to make it past this year, so. Kirk Cousins. Justin Jefferson can't bring down a ball. Which coach would you like to see take over our team? It depends on the path forward. Lincoln Riley if you keep Wilson, but if you don't keep Wilson, then you can. Then I would like somebody like a Kellen Moore. Yeah, I thought he was going to be gone before this game, honestly. No, I don't think the Seahawks are going to make the playoffs. Yeah, Mike P. I don't know. I don't think it's premeditated. I think he's just overly emotional and doesn't know how to chill out. I think he's just overly emotional. Yeah, okay, David, thank you. Yeah, it made a lot of sense to send a lot of blitzes. You know, you're playing against a rookie quarterback who's not going to be able to process that information very well. Who's the best player in Seahawks history excluding Russ? Could be Walter Jones, could be Steve Largent. Probably one of those two, right? Maybe Cortez. Well, Russ coming back is going to change some stuff because he gives us much better chance in these close games. But I don't think he's going to make this team good enough. Like, this team was supposed to be a contender this year, and they're not. Bottom line, if they're not a contender, then the mission ultimately failed. This offseason failed. How effective will Wilson be back with the finger? I hope he can still be effective, or else he shouldn't be out there. I hope this team is smart enough to realize that playing Wilson when he can't play well is useless. I mean, it's a penalty. You're not supposed to do it, but at the same time, that touchdown he scored made the game 14-0. Felt like the game was over, so I wasn't really that upset about it. No, Lawrence has looked great the last several games. He was bad today, but there was extenuating circumstances around that. Well, yeah, we'll see what our defense does against Green Bay and Arizona. If the defense plays good in those games, well, no, here's the thing, guys. It's not okay for them to need a month and a half to get the defense playing good. This defense was supposed to be good from the jump. This defense needing 6 weeks to get their crap together is not okay. So I'm still going to be mad about that, but if they play good the next few games, then okay. Not necessarily Emerald, but we need to win like 8 games. Who is Cortez? Cortez Kennedy. You don't know who Cortez Kennedy is? Right now, the pin is still in, but it's still believed he'll be back for Green Bay in all likelihood. Yeah, I like Trey Brown. I think he played good today. Taylor's definitely promising. I don't like Wilson coming back for his first game in Lambeau, though. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. That sounds like a bad idea. That sounds like something that's going to end in heartbreak and tears. Dwayne Brown got beat on one of those sacks, though. Dwayne Brown got beat like he stole something. Yeah, Penny, that ACL injury took away whatever Penny had left. Like, Penny tearing his ACL 2 years ago, the party's over. Yeah, I like the Taylor pick, and I usually don't like our picks. You guys know that. Give Wilson another week. We aren't beating the pack anyway. That's kind of how I feel. But if he is capable of playing, then I understand you do have to play him. Robinson needs to play more. I've been wanting him to play more all season. Oh, Kirk. Kirk Cousins from behind. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people are saying like, "Oh, the last wild card spot is wide open. We can get the last wild card spot with like 9 wins." But people, it's like that could change really quickly. I think we should trade Jamal for as much as we can get. This current regime is not going to trade Jamal. I don't think ever, and trading Jamal would be more expensive than keeping him would be. That's the problem here. TJ, it depends on Alton. I don't know. Maybe Alton was a mirage. Maybe I was wrong about Alton and he's not that good. Or maybe this coaching staff just doesn't get it. I don't know. I love Alton. I talk him up all the time. I want him to play more. But at the same time, I have to acknowledge the possibility that I'm just overrating the hell out of him. It's certainly on the table. Tight ends were invisible this game too. Well, I'm not going to complain about what Gino did in this game because what he did was productive and effective. But yeah, it's surprising. Quandre Diggs is special, man. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to afford him. We're going to have to spend all our money on the offensive line this offseason because if you want to try to keep Wilson, that's the cost, I think. I don't think Wilson's going to stick around to play behind Stone Forsythe and Jake Curhan for a year. Oh, that's cool, Paul. I hope that's true. What do you think is more likely, Russell leaving this offseason or Pete leaving? Probably Russell leaving, but at this point, I think everything's on the table. I'm going to talk more about that as this season goes on, though. Carson may come back soon. Eskridge is supposed to come back in the next game. Right, guy, thank you for the 4.99. I don't think we beat Arizona with or without Kyler. Yeah, don't assume that, guys. Like obviously not having Kyler is a big deal. Not having Kyler is a big deal, but Arizona's still a good all-around team without him, and we're not. If you were offered the Seahawks GM position, would you take it? Of course, I'd get millions of dollars. Even if I got fired almost immediately, I would still get paid a ton of money. Yeah, TJ, he did. He looked like Wilson. He looked like Wilson through a lot of this game. He played a lot in the way Wilson does a lot. You think we're going to make the playoffs? No. Mayo, Dunlap, and Hyder have been huge disappointments. I think Hyder's been fine. Hyder was mostly brought in as a big end, a run stuffer, and I think he's done that fine. I'm not mad at Hyder. Dunlap definitely, Mayoa kind of, but I didn't have high expectations for Mayoa. Give me a couple firsts and Justin Fields for Russ. I don't know what to think of Fields right now. He looks like a running back playing quarterback, and I mean that in the negative connotation. Kemdichi actually played a really good game. Oh yeah, Colt McCoy would start in case Kyler can't go. Okay. I mean, here's the thing, guys. We can say whatever we want to say about this team winning out or not winning out or winning this game or losing that game. They're still going to play the game. So I can sit here and predict, oh, I don't think we're going to win enough games to get to the playoffs, but I'm still going to kick back and watch and hope. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, how the defense performs against Green Bay. Yeah, that is probably more interesting, Ethan. Yeah, Matt Quarry, I agree, but it depends on Wilson's mentality. It depends on how Wilson feels. It's if Wilson is like if Wilson's turning into like that mid-30s woman who's desperate to have a baby, he's not going to want to wait for 2023. He's going to want to win now. And can we put together a team that can win next year? It's going to be really hard. I don't know, Pigeon. But honestly, given the fact that so many players on our defensive line are underperforming, I think it's the team more than it is the players. Well, Tumbo, our offense stalled after we were ahead by so much that we basically just went into Pete Carroll offense. Like run, 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 run. I'm not mad about that. Like, I don't have a problem with getting passive against the Jaguars when you're up 24 points. They're not going to come back on you. Just get to the end of the game. I know our playoff chances are slim, but we could use a Vikings loss tonight. Yeah, some people were talking about that. They need to figure out the screen game. Easier said than done, unfortunately. I'm sure they're aware that it's a problem for their team, but they just can't do nothing about it. Matthew, it's not quite that simple. The Frank Clark trade also allowed us to get DK Metcalf. Well, some people want to tank just to get rid of Carroll, but if this team is bad, they don't need to tank to get rid of Carroll. Okay, like if the team is bad enough to get Carroll fired, they're going to do it without tanking. And the whole concept of tanking is just weird because like players are not willing to tank because players are thinking about their next paycheck that they know they're not going to get if they intentionally suck and lose. I don't know, Michael. He had a fumbling problem back then. Oh, yeah, Paul, but he's old. What's he going to do different? Like, he can't learn how to do things differently. Shouldn't Homer and Dallas be playing over Penny? At this point, yeah, Penny just doesn't have it anymore. Dak had an injury a couple weeks ago. I don't know exactly what it is, like a thigh? I forget. Whew. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Really, David? That's crazy. I thought Penny was going to fit in well with this offense, but he doesn't have any skills left. He's got no burst. That ACL injury killed him. It sucks, but it is what it is. He had a chance once upon a time, but now is not once upon a time. Now is now. And now he's just got no skills left. DJ Reed injured. Yeah, I've heard about that. Okay, introverted. Well, yeah, Dacian, but I'm not going through all this for a team that wins a bunch of regular season games and that's it. And I'm not even talking Super Bowl or bust. I'm not talking win the Super Bowl or go commit ritual Sudoku. I just want a team that makes a deep playoff run that indicates they are in the same league as the teams that do win the Super Bowl. We haven't done that in years. We haven't done that since 2014. Really, Matt Quarry, I'm going to have to look into that. That's disturbing. Tom Brady claims he can play till 55. Well, I don't think he will, but that'll be fun. Gino was missing people downfield wide open just like Russ was. How come both our QBs can't see downfield? Is that scheme issue? I I think if you look around the NFL, you'll see a lot of quarterbacks missing players like that. And I think the answer is just you can't see everything at once. Like you can't see the whole field all the time. Man, Kirk Cousins is playing really well this year overall. Yeah, Saints played good today. So is Jamal the replacement for what do you mean, Emmett? Were you surprised about the Cardinals loss? Not surprised, maybe a little. Can we you agree that we need a new right tackle? I would prefer a new right tackle very much. Would tanking result in some skill loss of players? I don't know about skill loss, but it's just not something that I'm interested in right now. I feel like even if we go like 11-6, we'll probably get killed in the playoffs. Then Pete will stay because the season was good enough. Maybe. I mean, people like me would certainly consider a season like that not good enough, but I'm not really worried about that. This team is not going to go 11-6. This team is bad. This team is not good. They're not terrible, but they're not good. What do you think of Mike Leach in general? He's a firecracker. I can respect it, but not that interested. I mean, Shaq's playing pretty good for Jacksonville. He's not worth the money he got, but he's playing pretty good. I don't. Why do Seahawks fans hate Shaq Griffin? He gave us 2 decent years and 2 great years, and then he got paid by a terrible team, and now he gets to go make 30 to 40 million bucks in in a state with no income tax. I'm happy for him. Like I don't know why Seahawks fans hate Shaq so much. He wasn't like you guys act like he was some sort of Kerry Williams for us, man. Yeah, Shaq is worth 7 to 8 million, not 15, but somebody offered him 15 and he took it. I don't have a problem with that. I felt like I saw they kept false starting and it didn't get called. The Seahawks used to have a left tackle who did that back in 2017 before we traded for Dwayne Brown. Our left tackle false started every play and they just gave up on calling it. Um, of the Bloody Waters, yeah, I feel like they're playing a little bit more man, but I'd have to look at the all 22 to really know that. Do you think Pete is gone if we go 9-8 or 8-9? Well, I feel like what's more likely at this point is that Pete steps down and retires. Then he gets fired. And he might step down if he decides he's not having fun anymore. That's possible. Yeah, exactly, Michael. Sometimes you just don't see it. I don't think it's fair to kill a quarterback for taking a screenshot of the field and saying, why didn't he throw here? I think having Shaq replace our awful corner play and having DJ at number 2 could maybe have saved us 1 or 2 games we lost. Maybe, but maybe not. Remember, the pass rush has been mostly awful this season, so maybe not. Oh, Bradley Sowell. Thank you, Michael. He was great. Kyle, probably not. I think deep down, this team feels like they have a chance. NJ Dessa? Oh, that's cool. Okay, we got 100 people in the stream right now, so real quick, I want to thank everybody for being here for this stream. Please like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you want daily Seahawks and weekly Huskies content. Become a channel member for $2 or $5 a month by clicking the join button down below. And donations via Super Chat are appreciated to help keep the channel going and show up in the tip jar to my left on your screen. That's why I wanted to lose today, so we could trade good vets. I look, if we get to the end of the season and we're like 1 loss away from getting the number 1 pick, and I really like the guy who's going to go number 1 and I don't like anybody else nearly as much, then maybe I'll root for my team to lose. But generally speaking, I'm just not interested in that. Like, it's more important that we see good things out of players like Darrell Taylor, Trey Brown, and Damian Lewis. It's just more important. Yeah, I like Lincoln Riley, Cruz Johnson. Should we go out and get another linebacker? Not right now. Maybe eventually, not right now. The difference between this year and last year? I mean, last year the offense started out on fire. Yeah, Matt Corey. And also, don't rule out the possibility that Wilson goes to management and says, okay, either trade me or fire Carroll, regardless of the record. And then something has to happen. Maybe Russell goes in that scenario. It's possible, but would management choose him over Pete? Would management choose Pete over him? I don't know. But going 9-8 or 8 or 9, 8-9 is not going to stop Wilson from doing that in theory. And I think a lot of people think that's the most likely scenario. Yeah, I was happy. Yeah, but what's Shaq supposed to do? Turn down more money and be like, no, I don't want more money. I want less money. Would anybody in chat do that? Is there one person in chat who would do that? Say, no, I don't want 14 million. I want 8 million. Get out of here. And if anybody says you well, then you're lying, and I'm gonna ignore you. Tie game? Shit. Okay. Yeah, I think he's getting traded, Michael. Probably sixth or seventh. I like Brian Schottenheimer. I appreciated some of the stuff he did, but it was time to do something else. Juju? Okay. I would take the most money. Yeah, exactly. The players who take less money are so rare and few and far between. Do we need the Vikings to lose? Kinda. Oh, God. Are the Braves really going to blow a game where they got a grand slam? And guys, Tom Brady's wife is like 20 times richer than he is. It doesn't matter. Like, the money he makes in the NFL doesn't really matter at all to him because his wife is like 20 times richer than he is. That's a very special circumstance. If Brady was married to some harlot from the slums or just some girl he grew up with in Michigan or whatever, or California or wherever it is he grew up, then he probably wouldn't be doing stuff like that. Yeah, Daryl Taylor is legit for sure. Like, I hate it. I want to drop kick people in the throat when they start talking about Wilson, like, oh, Wilson needs to do what Tom Brady did and take less money. Like, there's some equivalency there. And most of the people who say things like that, they can't really think. Like name, there's one good player over the last 10 years that Seattle had to let go because they had to give Wilson money. It was Frank Clark. They kind of had to let Frank Clark go because they paid Wilson. Other than that, who's another good player we lost because we couldn't afford them because of Wilson's contract? Do you think Bobby would take a pay cut to stay if we look good next year? Um, Possibly, but I need him to take a massive pay cut. Robert Henry, thank you for the 4.99. Here's to win versus Jags, but I say we'll keep Wilson, get rid of Carroll and Norton, then find a way to keep Diggs, restructure Wilson and Wagner. Possibly. I think that's the dream scenario for a lot of fans. I don't know how realistic it is. Sierra's net worth is less than what Wilson makes in half a season, I'm pretty sure. I think Sierra's net worth is like 20 million. That's not comparable, guys. It's not even close. I looked it up last year. It might have changed, or I might have found the wrong number. It's possible, but I'm pretty sure Sierra makes her net worth is less than what Wilson makes in half a season. And Wilson's contract has never stopped us from having cap room. And then we waste that cap room on guys like Jerron Reed and Greg Olson, and it's starting to go that way with Gerald Everett, and like get mad at those guys. Get mad at the guys who make money and suck. Don't get mad at a guy like Wilson who makes a lot of money and then plays really well. Yeah, if we keep Wagner next year at 20 million, I'm gonna be furious. I'm gonna throw my computer through my window. I really hope we're not dumb enough. I know Everett doesn't suck, but we're not using him very well. He's not worth 6 million with what he's been doing so far this year. He's just been, he's been alright. Okay, no problem, Christian. See you later, man. Diggs will ask for big money now that he has all those interceptions under his name this year. Yeah, I think he's going to get paid, and I don't think we can afford to keep him around. Like, get mad at Dwayne Brown, who is making a ton of money this year to play pretty mediocre football. Get mad at Jamal Adams, who is the highest paid safety and isn't making any big plays. What if the Seahawks run the table with Russ? Then that's cool. I don't understand why people come in and say stuff like that. Like, okay, if that happens, then obviously I reevaluate. I don't understand people who say things like that. Like, okay, what if aliens come down from space tomorrow and kidnap all the women, and then all the men have to turn gay and get into um, gay stuff because there are no women? Like, okay, we'll talk about that if it happens. Yeah, I saw that average Brendan Nelson fan. Maybe, Michael. I feel like I don't think Disley's good enough to be a number one tight end, and I don't think Parkinson's good enough to be a number two. I don't know. I mean, as much as we're not really utilizing Everett that much, does he have any trade value? I don't know. Yeah, Michael, and we would need to find a team that has enough picks to get Wilson and has the roster in place for him to compete immediately. I haven't been to a game in a while. No, it's a pain in the ass for me to get up to Seattle. Okay, Austin, I know it's more likely. I know it's more likely, but the point is, it hasn't happened. Like people say that, and then they act like it already happened, and they're like, "Why are you being so negative? What if we went out?" Then I won't be as negative because we'll have won out. Obviously, it's like I'm not supposed to be negative about this team because they might win out. I get this stuff in my comments all the time. Jeff Lowe, thank you for the $5. Tip for bye week chips and dip to fuel your upcoming video creation. Looking forward to the next pill scenario video. Yeah, Jeff, it should be coming later this week. I don't know exactly when, but it will come out later this week. I decided to give each pill video more time to breathe. Yeah, I want the XFL to come back too, Michael. That's actually a really good point. I like the XFL. I mean, I would want the XFL to come back in some capacity. That would make me happy. Would you go to Seattle for the All Star game in 2023? Possibly, yeah. If we make the playoffs, then who cares? We will lose in wild card, or if we are lucky, the divisional. Um, Probably, yeah, but I don't want this team to just give up because of that. Like, I don't think that's healthy. We aren't going to win out, but it would be nice. Of course, Brendon would be happy. Yeah, yeah. And then the people who say things like that, they don't show up when they get proven wrong. Like, I remember the last few weeks, I had people in my chat saying, "You're going to pay for talking bad about Geno. He's going to beat the Steelers and the Saints, and then you're going to be here." And then, of course, you never see them again after they get proven hilariously wrong. Which is why I always ignored them because they're not going to be here after they're wrong, so who cares? Will the 49ers win next week? Who do they play? Yeah, Taylor looked great. I think Seattle turns it around. They're probably going to play a little bit better as the season goes on, but I don't think they're going to be good. Cards against Frisco. Oh, that's interesting then, especially if Kyler doesn't play. Oh yeah, Austin, I don't know where the hell that comes from. What's your take on the odd rush last 3 games? What do you mean, odd rush? Not sure, well, 100% sure what you're talking about. Oh, that's cool, Christian. My birthday's in December. Oh, pass rush? Well, the pass rush was good today, but it's low hanging fruit. It was not good against Pittsburgh. I didn't call you a bitch, Caden. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking to me? I didn't say, oh, Cousins. Throw that into the dirt, buddy. I would consider it, Kyle, yeah, especially because, well, Waldron might be gone next year. I mean, if we hire Lincoln Riley, Shane Waldron's gone. There's no way Waldron's going to stay to let his offense get changed by Lincoln Riley, and Lincoln Riley's not going to let Waldron call plays, I don't think. So, yeah. Yeah, Dunlap played a pretty good game. What if Russell comes back and isn't good? Do you put Gino in? If he's not good because of the injury, then yeah, but then he shouldn't go in the first place. Ooh, almost intercepted. How are the Vikings not running away with this game? This is embarrassing. I'd rather have Eric B than Lincoln. I don't know. I can go either way with Bieniemy. He knows a lot, but that doesn't mean he'll. He might have a lot of knowledge, but he might not have the wisdom. We don't. That I can't tell you on. Bieniemy might just be Matt Patricia for the offense. Doug Peterson, it's possible. That's not the worst idea. Yeah, Penny's got to go, and I supported Penny a little bit, but it's over. What if Russell is fully healed but still not good? Well, that would be really weird given that he's been pretty consistently good for 10 years and suddenly he's just not good. Like, I don't see how that's a very realistic scenario, but if that's the case, no, he's your QB. You can't go to Gino unless Wilson is just being an asshole about it. Then maybe you bench him as punishment, but no. If we get a new coach, do you want run style and defense or offensive coach? Offense guys, I guess. I feel like it's possible that the entire world knows that Bieniemy is just a clipboard holder. Maybe. Or maybe he doesn't want to leave until he feels like he's learned all he can learn from Andy Reid. Isn't Doug Peterson from the Andy Reid tree? He's pretty good. That's a pretty funny quote, David. That's not exactly flattering, is it? Because the first quarter, I mean, I'd rather be good in the fourth quarter. Oh, really, Mike P? I didn't know about that. Do you think we have any shot against Green Bay? I mean, we have a shot, but I doubt it. I'd be surprised if Bieniemy hasn't gotten some offers. Like, he's been a hot prospect for a couple years now. Yeah, I don't know if Lincoln Riley would leave Oklahoma either. I think it's totally possible that he just decides, nah, I'm good here forever. I want to be here forever. I get a free playoff spot pretty much every year. Oh boy, here come the Cowboys. If the Vikings lose at home to Cooper Rush, then damn, man. Robert Salay's not going anywhere. Why would Robert Saleh get fired after 1 year taking over a terrible team? Like, you really think they're going to fire him after 1 year? Hayden, stop spamming chat with nonsense. I don't know. When was the last time Stanford was really good? I feel like David Shaw's star is like in the toilet right now. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. I saw Mike White threw for 400 yards and I was just really confused. What do you want to do with Carson this offseason? I think we're stuck with him because of the money, but I could be wrong. I don't think we can move on from him. Yeah, I know, Tumbo. That one hurts like hell. That one hurts like hell. I'm not happy about that one. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do against Green Bay. Yeah, Adams is not tradable for at least a year and a half. It is what it is. You gotta stick with them for now, unfortunately, because of the money. Oh yeah, CJ Prosize had a ton of talent. It just didn't matter. Poor bastard. No, Caden, I don't play Madden. Madden sucks. Madden sucks. I don't play that garbage. Not well, Caden. Not terribly well. Dallas kicking a field goal, and it's good. Okay. Tie game. Vikings not putting them away yet. Come on, Atlanta. Get this run on. Get this run in. They can't stop the run. Yeah, but can we run the ball? Like, who's our running back going to be in that game? Is Carson going to be back? Is Collins going to be our only good running back? Really, Mike P? Okay. That kind of makes me feel like the enemy gets crossed off, especially in a place like Seattle. Okay. Okay. I'm off the enemy thing then, I guess. I guess I have to be. I mean, whether or not he's guilty, I don't think a place like Seattle would give him a chance. That's too bad. Yeah, Kellen Moore is my guy. I like Kellen Moore. Lincoln Riley would work well. Yeah, Matt Quarry. Don't get it twisted. Carson has provided a ton of value to this team over the last 5 years, but it seems like it's coming to a close for him. His health is not going to allow it. Yeah, Joe Brady would be pretty good, Wavy. I like Joe Brady, but I think Kellen Moore is my favorite of the non-Wilson keepers. Kyle Shanahan would be up there. No, I don't think we have enough defensive tackles to trade Al Woods, and who's going to trade for Al Woods? I don't think anybody would. He's 35-year-old one tech. Those guys are going out of style. Brian DeBole's pretty good, yeah. What happened to Eskridge? Apparently, he's going to be back for the next game. They're saying he'll be back for the next game. That's really all I can say about it right now. Monet's still playing plenty. Monet's still getting good playing time. Yeah, I'm really hoping those stupid 49ers fans that are mad at Shanahan have influence in the organization and can get him fired. I know, Kyle, but you don't want to play Monet 60 snaps a game. That's not going to help anybody. Could be Caden, could be, but you got to find the right guy, and you got to find a guy who's comfortable with the roster that we have, because you're not going to have time to completely blow it up. Yeah, the Bears are a box of chocolates, man. You don't know what you're going to get from them mofos. No, I mean maybe that's true, Benjamin, but maybe that's true, but I don't think it's such a given that we can't discuss it. Oh yeah, Ethan, I'm very excited about that. Hopefully tonight the baseball season ends. Come on. Oh, I hate it when both games are on commercial. Okay, here we go. Who the hell is Shimmery? Shooting? Okay, I'm not even going to try to read that sentence. Is Diggs going to get his pick? Yeah, they were talking about that a second ago. Seems like he's actually getting his butt raped tonight. Seems like he's getting fisted right now. I'm probably going to do red pill stuff. How do you feel about the Lockett contract? I mean, he's still a good player. He's still worth that money. I don't know if I would have done it knowing what I know now, but at the time, I think it's reasonable. Well, yeah, Matt Gamer, but is that going to be the case the whole season? Wait, what R word, Benjamin? What did I say? Oh, I did. Oops. Oh well. Pat Shermer? Pat Shermer sucks. Why would I want that? He's already a failed head coach. Okay, do we have a mod in the chat who can ban Caden Peters? He's being an idiot. Get him out of here. I'm tired of looking at that. Christian, I don't know. I think we'll probably win like 8 games or something like that, if I had to guess. LSU head coach, I don't feel like he's an NFL guy. Thank you. What's the LSU coach's name? Ed Oregon? Ed Oregon? I don't feel like he's an NFL dude. I'm just saying that because the Seahawks have too much talent to not make the playoffs. Well, they may not. Should we be afraid of Green Bay? Of course. I mean, well, not us personally because we don't have to play in that game, but they're clearly better than us. They're clearly a better team than us. And I hold that truth to be pretty self evident. Yeah. Urban Meyer needs to go back to treating his heart and trying to save his marriage, man. Boy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's the quarterbacks. I don't know if it's the coaching. I feel like Everett could be probably a 800-yard receiver this season, and it's just not going to happen because we don't throw him the ball. Has Cooper Rush turned the ball over yet today? Cooper Rush making Dak not look so amazing all of a sudden, I guess. He threw an interception? Okay, I must have missed that. I was like, there's no way Cooper Rush makes it through a whole game without turning it over, right? Yeah, Christian, I played Assassin's Creed a lot over the years. I like those games. Yeah, we kind of ran a trick play today and it worked, man. I liked that. I kind of wish we did it in a better spot, but ooh, that was almost a pick. I mean, Nolan, that's possible even if we don't get close to the playoff picture. A lot of things are on the table. I think anything is a realistic possibility. No, I'm not going to play Madden. Madden sucks. My viewers bought Madden for me last year, and I played it for a little while, and it's trash. Gino did not throw an interception. Gino played a very clean game. I was happy for him, man. Wow, another big play for the Cowboys. Flag. Yeah. Is our team too talented, or does 99% of that go to Russ? I think our team is way more talented than they're playing right now, but yeah, Wilson covers up a lot of stuff. I think mostly coaching related. I think that there's a huge part of this team's coaching mentality that is just keep it close, just screw around for a while, and then hopefully Wilson can win the game at the end. And without Wilson, you don't have that guy who can win the game. I don't know if Adams is being utilized correctly. I mean, he's still not making any huge plays, but he's probably being utilized better. Yeah, Kyle, would the Eagles even do that, though? Maybe they like Jalen Hurts. I don't think they do, but they could. Ooh, that should be a penalty, right? I'm a little confused by what I just saw. Ash, there are definitely going to be trades. I don't know if we're going to make any trades. Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, that has to be some kind of penalty, right? Okay, it got tipped. Huh. And he kind of bats it to the tight end because he doesn't want to run with it. That's pretty funny. Well, yeah, Tumbo, but that's also because we had such overwhelming talent we could do things like that. Remember when we played Jacksonville in 2013? We put the backups in and we're still killing them? I think Tavares Jackson had like two touchdowns or something. That's pretty cool, Mike P. I mean, we probably would, Matt Gamer, but the team still wouldn't be good, is the thing. Like, are not good enough. They would still have been a team that loses every time they play an elite squad. Like, I'm not here for a team that wins 10 games, makes the playoffs, and then gets blasted. Or maybe wins a game and then gets blasted. I'm here for a team that actually is one of the best teams in the league and has a chance at winning the Super Bowl. And even if Wilson had won the last two games that we lost, we'd still be looking at a team like that. We lost to the Titans, the Vikings, the Rams in a game where we had a lot of things going our way. Yeah, I watch NBA. Oh, goodbye, boys. Oh, Viking ball. See, when you said boom Cooper bye bye, I was thinking, okay, Cooper Rush could have done something good, he could have done something bad, or Amari Cooper had a touchdown. I mean, think about it, guys. We got nothing to show for the last 7, 8 years. We don't even have any deep playoff runs where we were like a play away from the Super Bowl or 2 plays away from the Super Bowl, or or the closest we've gotten to the NFC title game was 2019 when our first playoff opponent was a garbage Philly practice squad, and we got to play a Green Bay team that was probably the worst 13-3 team of all time. Like, we don't even have any deep playoff runs. Forget Super Bowls, forget championships. We don't even have any deep playoff runs to show for it. So, I don't know what you're clinging on to at this point. How many teams in NFL history have failed to make the conference championship game for 7 straight years and kept the same QB, coach, and GM that whole time? I'll bet the list is really short. I'll bet that list is very short. Something changes at some point. QB, coach, GM. Something changes. 8 wins is not a winning season. No, Christian, not even close. It's not a good enough season. Joe Lombardi's an HC. Isn't he already kind of a failure from Cleveland? Can you guys stop arguing about this stuff in my chat? Go do this on Discord. This argument is stupid. Stop arguing in my chat. I can't see other people's comments because you guys are clogging the whole chat. Knock it off. Brendon, do you think John Schneider should be let go along with Carroll? Probably, but not necessarily a guarantee. You could maybe just flip to a different. You could maybe keep the same GM. We don't know how much We don't know how much control John Schneider's had lately. It could be very little. I like Everett, but we're not using him enough. Do you think Seattle is going to go all in next year? It depends. It depends. It depends on way too much. I can't answer that question right now because it depends on if we keep Wilson or not and if we keep Carroll or not in some ways. It depends on who we get as a coach. Yeah, I think the Cowboys could be good for a while. They're going to get out from that Zeke contract soon, and that's actually going to help them a lot. That pocket is collapsing around Cousins right now. Damn. Oh. Well, Nugash, I think what he's saying is you go all in to improve the roster. Wow, this Vikings offensive line is melting down. Penalty on that play too. I mean, it's declined, but still. Maybe Jordan. I don't. It depends on who you get as a head coach. If it's somebody who people really want to play for, then yeah. But I feel like that's more important than the location, because the location, like, you're only going to live there for a few months, and then you're going to live wherever you want to live the rest of the year. But if you hire somebody who's really sexy, like a Kellen Moore or a Lincoln Riley, then yeah. But if you hire Vic Fangio, then no. We need linebacker depth. We just need somebody who can actually play Sam on a dedicated fashion. With that many new players, no chance for a deep run. I mean, it's unlikely, I'll give you that, but I'm trying to come up with a scenario the best I can. It could be Emmett. Okay, Vikings punt. So they went backwards after the fumble. All right. Mark, I don't know. Is it a quarterback thing? Is it a scheme thing? Are they not that good? I think Greg Olson was just not that good, and we kind of got suckered in on that because he was Wilson liked him, but yeah. Yeah, Michael, that's kind of how I feel. Well, Matt Gamer, we still need more than one cornerback. We need more cornerbacks for sure. I don't think that just Trey Brown is going to solve the issue. In the short term, maybe, because we also have DJ Reed who's playing pretty well, but long term, no, we need help. And I don't know about Amadi. Like Amadi to me is kind of a whatever player. All right, Atlanta, here's your chance. Yeah, I'd love to see Russell outside of the Carroll umbrella, Matt Quarry, but I also recognize there are some difficulties in arranging for that to happen. Can't just snap your fingers and have Carroll disappear. Like, he might step down, he might get fired, but he might not. And by the way, even if you get rid of Carroll, then whoever you bring in might want his own guy. Yeah, Benjamin, but why does that take half a season for them to figure that out? Why does it take half a season for the Seahawks to realize blitzing Ryan Neal off the edge is a good idea? Why didn't they do that from the start of the season? Because that could have really helped in some of these close games. Brutal strikeout. Come on. Dude, you had 3-1 count. Yeah, Tumbo, it would be like when we played Neal against the 49ers a bunch and it worked really well, and then we didn't play him against the Rams, and then they asked Carroll about it and he was like he didn't know that Neal didn't play enough. I mean, don't forget what Pete Carroll said in his post-game presser last week, guys. That doesn't go away just because we won a game against a terrible team. It doesn't. Like what Carroll said still sounded like a dude who wasn't really having fun anymore and was sounding like he just kind of wanted to go go somewhere else and do something else. It did sound like that. If D-Jack gets cut, I think we should just say fuck it and sign him. He would be a good fit with Wilson's deep ball. Wilson would probably love throwing it to him. But with our doctors, he would get hurt after 3 plays. Mike P. Denver is possible. Philly is possible. The Saints are possible. No, Michael Cam, I don't think it's a fluke. I think that the Saints are just a good, well-coached team that has a good defense. Well, good for Golden Tate, but that's not how I feel. If he that's how he feels, that's not how I feel. I really need a Cook's TD this game. This game's weird, man. I don't really know what to say about it. This game flow is whack. Fudge. Oh yeah, there are people that can fire Pete, Android gamers. There are definitely people that can fire Pete, but will they? And will they need to? Will he step down? There are lots of possibilities here. Yeah, I would prefer that John go as well, but you could keep John. It's not unreasonable, unfathomable to think it, but we don't know how much power John has had lately. He might not really have any. He might not really have any say in most of these decisions. Vikings taking the punt. Okay. Tumbo, that 2015 team, I mean, that 2016 team still had a lot of talent. They just were really untalented on the offensive line. Like the 2016 team still had Sherman, Cam, Earl, fucking, excuse me, Bennett, Averill, Wagner, Wright, Baldwin. That was what, well, yeah, Lockett broke his leg later in the season. That was a very talented team. Oh, I do too, Shams. I do too. And that's not going to go away anytime soon, but at least now they're doing other things to help make up for that. The team that we've had in the last several years that was actually low talented, ironically, was 2018. 2018, that team had low talent. That team was giving big snaps to Barkvarius Mingo and the pass rusher from the Dolphins, Dion Jordan. They were giving big snaps to guys like frickin' well, that was the first year of David Moore, and I don't hate David Moore, but he's low talented. Wow, roughing the passer. I thought Lockett got hurt in 2016. 2015 was the rookie year. Yeah, he got hurt in 2016. I remember that game. All right, Christian, no problem. Thank you for coming out tonight, my man. Like the 2018 team had very little talent and they won 10 games. That was a great job by Carroll, and ever since then it's been kind of crappy. Vikings on the move thanks to that penalty. Yeah, Cousins getting killed right now. Oh yeah, Jordan, absolutely. The Collier and Penny picks alone should be grounds for at least considering firing somebody. The Jamal Adams trade alone should be grounds for considering firing somebody. But when you put all these things together, who do I think is going to win the Super Bowl right now? Green Bay Packers. They're going to rig it for Rodgers to send him out into the sunset with a Super Bowl championship, and then he gets to go to another team and Tampa Bay it and act like we don't know that they're just ring chasing POSs for doing it. Cook, they're in field goal range. Well, Michael, there's no point in getting rid of them because you're not saving money, so they're going to keep them until they know that they've gotten all they can, and then they move on. Yeah, Mafuzz, I think Taylor's got Pro Bowl potential for show. What's the flag? Come on, give us a call, refs. Figure it out. I want to be entertained. Personal foul on the. Wow. Cowboys getting hankied all the way down the field, baby. Hmm. Keegan, probably not. I would assume, honestly, I think that most teams allow their coaches to have some say in who they draft. I mean, shouldn't a head coach have some say in the players that get drafted when he's the guy who's going to have to ultimately coach them? Oh, we could keep Diggs. I just don't think we will. I think he's going to cost too much money, and we're going to need to spend our money elsewhere. Like, you can mess around with the cap a lot, but you can't totally break it. Average Brendan Nelson fan, probably not. You got to remember, this is a passing league. Another flag? Well, if we cut Bobby, we're going to have plenty of cap next year, but it is going to eventually run out. Wow. Three personal fouls on the Cowboys D on this drive. Hook, gonna eat that big L. Yeah, David, but I think it's just something we're gonna have to live with. Like, yeah, it's not fair to the defender. And every time I hear these announcers say, what is the defender supposed to do?" And I think the answer to that question is just accept that you're going to get an unfair penalty on you sometimes. The NFL has decided that a quarterback matters more than you do. It just is what it is. Hopefully, it evens out over the course of a season for every team's defense, right? I think that's the best you can do. Wow, the Vikings are screwing this one up. They're actually going to get a field goal out of this. But yeah, I don't know what these defenders are supposed to do, but the NFL's decided that they're going to throw the flag anyway, so suck it up. That's basically all I can say about it. I mean, he didn't get hit until right as he was stepping out of bounds. Well, if we had kept Earl, would Earl still be playing? And remember, Earl, here's the thing, Earl and Jamal play different positions. Jamal's a strong safety, Adams is a free I'm sorry, Jamal is a strong safety, Earl is a free safety. So, I don't think that's true either actually. Field goal's good. Okay. Cowboys still got a chance to pull this out. Yeah, man. I mean, Quinn is a good defensive coordinator. I know he fizzled out as a head coach, but he's so much better than Norton. Silver Ace, Devin McCourty, and Curtis Riley are my two favorites, but there are probably a couple other guys. Yeah, Neal would have gotten a shot at strong safety. Blair would have too, but he clearly can't stay healthy, so that's not a good scenario either. I don't know if Blair is good or bad, but I do know that we can't count on him no more. Oh, I know Tumbo. I know that Tumbo, but still, the Falcons collapsed with Quinn over the next several years to the point where he got let go. So at the end of the day, the head coaching thing fizzled out for him. Well, the Dolphins lost again today, Emmett, so I really think Flores probably still gets fired. But by the way, you're not getting Brian Flores if you keep Carroll. I hope everyone realizes that. Like, Carroll wants to run his defense. I don't think you will ever convince him to not run his defense. I don't know very much about Dan Lanning. Yeah, I mean, David, we were probably trying to keep it simple because Gino was out there and we were trying to force feed Penny a touchdown. But yeah, that was a bad sequence. I have no idea, Jordan. The Dunlap thing really confuses me. There are so many players on this defense who don't look very effective getting to the quarterback. I kind of feel like it's not the individual players. It's hard for me to believe that Dunlap would fall apart that quickly. Yeah, maybe he got old fast, but I kind of feel like that's unlikely. Like it happened too fast. He was great even late in the season last year for us, man. Yeah, Silver Ace. I think that's the ideal scenario. Now, is it a long is are there somewhat long odds? I guess. But that's my ideal scenario. All right, Cowboys getting the ball with 2:51 left. So I am going to go ahead and end the stream after this game ends, plus maybe a minute or two. So I'm going to say real quick to the people still here. Thank you for coming out tonight. Please like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new and you want daily Seahawks content on your YouTube feed. Become a channel member for $2 or $5 a month by clicking the join button down below. And donations via Super Chat are appreciated. They show up in the tip jar to my left. And they help keep the channel going. Silver Ace, no. Flores is not going to wash out of Miami and then immediately get a lateral job, a lateral move to another team at the same position. And Lincoln Riley has been coaching the head coach of a college football team for 5 years. So he definitely has experience. I mean, not saying the Lincoln Riley thing is guaranteed to work, but he will definitely get head coaching buzz because he's been so successful in college. Cooper Rush, Amari Cooper, what a catch! Ho! Oh, Stonehands Cooper brought one in like that, huh? I want Greg Zerline to miss the field goal though because that's the funniest possible outcome. What is up with this Vikings defense? They've been playing pretty good, and now they can't stop Cooper Rush. Like, Cooper Rush is dunking on them. Like, the Cowboys might score so fast, the Vikings get the ball back with a chance to go win. Hey, Will Jensen. 8-5 Astros? Okay, it's going back to Houston, unfortunately. But hey, more baseball, I guess. Incomplete. 2-minute warning. Dude, that should have been an interception on the Cooper catch, actually. That defensive back feels like a doofus right now. Probably Emmett. Okay. 2nd and 10. Did they not cut to commercials for the 2-minute warning? Incomplete. Flag. That's not a fumble, is it? No way that's a fumble. Jordan Brooks, I mean, he played fine. I didn't have any problems with Jordan Brooks, but it's a very low bar to clear against this team. Wait a minute. Is that a catch? Oh, flag on defense anyway. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Astros are winning right now. Ooh. Yep. Ooh. What the hell was he trying to do? Yeah, Ryan Neal played good today, man. Wow, this Vikings team's really going to lose to Cooper Rush. And we got blown out by him. Guys, remember that. Remember that that game happened. What's next for the Washington Huskies? Hope we can win 2 more games. I guess that's really all I got. I want to get a bowl game. That's really all I'm thinking about right now. We'll think about the rest later. I want to make a bowl game. 2nd and 3. Vikings might want to consider starting to burn their timeouts. Flag probably holding on the offensive line. All right, second and 13. Vikings, yeah. The Vikings need to try to preserve like a minute so they can get the ball back with a chance to do something. They could maybe have like a minute left, maybe with a timeout as well. Taylor's fine. Taylor didn't miss any plays. He's totally fine. Zeke loses yards. Still in field goal range. Third and 15. Vikings use their timeout smartly. Taylor, I think Taylor had the wind knocked out of him. Yeah, David, I think that was the worst game we ever played on defense. I honestly think that the Vikings game was the worst game we've ever played on D under Carroll. Like, there have been games where we've allowed more points, but what I saw in that game was just completely putrid and in a way that affected me and disturbed me more than any previous game. Like, god damn. Third and 16, snap. Play blown dead. Cowboys timeout, probably, I guess. Yeah, I remember that Tumbo, but the thing is, a lot of the points the Rams scored were because our offense sucked. Like, I think the Rams had a defensive touchdown. They had some other points set up by easy, short field position. Delay a game on the defense. Mike McCartney? Vikings tried to call consecutive timeouts. Why? That's stupid. You already. Jeez. No, Tumbo, you are wrong on that one. Our offense had four straight scoring drives to open that game, and then Myers missed a field goal. The offense was great in that game. You're insane, and the Cowboys just got a first down that's probably going to end this one. We had four scoring drives in the first half. One of them didn't produce points because of our kicker, and then and we were still down because the defense was that crappy. And I think we picked up at least one first down on every possession we had. That game, the offense was great in that game. Okay, Tumbo, but I watched the game. I didn't just look at the box score at the end to determine how we did. I'm able to determine more than just looking at the points. That's why you watch the game. If I could determine everything I needed about a football game without watching it, I would just look at the box score at the end of the day. I don't know, Silver Ace. Maybe. I don't think we three and outed once that whole game, Tumbo. Actually, I'd have to go back and make sure, but I don't think we had a single three and out that whole game. So I don't know what you're getting at there. First and goal, touchdown Cooper. Well, Vikings are still going to have some time here to get a touchdown of their own, but what an embarrassing game for the Vikings. Yeah, we never had the ball because our defense blew chunks in that game. Offense did everything they could. You're not going to score a touchdown every time you touch the ball on the road against a decent Vikings team. And I know I'm calling them decent even as I'm watching this travesty, but regardless. Wow, are the Cowboys really going to win this game? What a kick in the newts. All right. I mean, game's not over yet. Can't go to overtime though. Not really. I mean, it's gonna either end here or it's gonna end here. It just depends. Only thing that changes is who wins. That's cool, Tanner. Got it. Not having the tiebreaker against the Vikings sucks though. I think tiebreak. Even if we get hot at the end of the season, the tiebreakers could screw us up so bad. What is it up with crappy backup QBs today? Mike White and now Cooper Rush. Both these guys are butt cheeks. Like, we know they're bad. How is this happening? How is this real life right now? Okay, they've got 75 yards to go in 51 seconds. Let's go, baby. Yeah, Gino played great today. I was happy for Gino. I'm not a big Gino fan or anything, but I kind of felt for him because these last 3 games, he's kind of gotten beaten up a little bit, and I think some of it's been unfair. So I was happy for him, man. It might be the last good game he ever plays in his NFL career, but it is a good game. He might never start again. Who knows? If Cousins leads a touchdown drive here, then I mean he's having a really good season. Honestly, Cousins been playing really well before this game. Hey, Matthew Garza. Ooh, ooh! I can't believe he got that away. I thought he was dead. Who plays tomorrow? Who's the Monday night game? Generally, yeah, Cory, he has Giants and Chiefs. Oh, no Mahomes, right? Mahomes isn't going to play. I don't think. Flag. Yep, flag. False start. Not what they needed. Not what was needed. This is not what I wanted. Giants missing Saquon and Galladay. Ooh, that might be a crappy game. Maybe I'll start Squid Game tomorrow or something. Oh, he is playing. Okay. Probably not going to play well if he's concussed. We see that all the time. Get out of bounds, dummy. Nope, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. That was not worth it. Go, 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 go. Hurry up. There are 2 footballs on the field. Get the other football off the field. And now they're going to stop the clock because there are 2 footballs on the field. There are 2 footballs on the field. You guys remember when John Madden said that? It was a Broncos Chargers Sunday Night Football game. I think it was 2006. And he acted like it was the coolest thing ever. Hurry up and snap it, you doofus. And another flag? Wow. This Vikings team sucks. We actually got killed by this Vikings team. God damn it. My parents want to watch Squid Game because my mom is Korean. And she actually understands Korean, so she'll be able to tell me if the translation's any good. I heard it's not good. I heard it's pretty lame. I think the Cowboys used a timeout. Okay. Completion. Oh my god, he didn't get out of bounds. They gotta go, they gotta go. And he acted like he didn't know. He acted like he didn't know. Okay, Cousins, please spike it. I want to see you spike it on 4th down. I want to see you forget the down. I want to see you spike it. Aww. No. Well. Okay. Lamest Hail Mary of all time, and the Cowboys win. Alright. That'll do it. I will talk to you guys later. We're going to do some videos tomorrow. You guys know the drill around here, but that's going to do it for this stream. We went for about 2 hours. I'll give everybody one more minute to say what they want to say. I use Android Studio all the time, Polis. I use it pretty much every day at work. I'm very familiar with Android Studio, actually. It's all I've been using for years. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you to the donators especially. I know we have some new subs. So, appreciate everybody coming out. Yeah, we're going to have some more fun videos to do this week because we won a game for once. But, yeah, talk to you guys later. Go Hawks.